U.S. National Park, Monument, and Historic Site Websites by State. Chapter 1. National Parks, Monuments, and Historic Sites by State. National Park, Monument, and Historic Site Websites by State. Use this formula. nps.gov/state. nps.gov/state/al. nps.gov/state/de. nps.gov/state/nd. Alabama. nps.gov/Hope, Horseshoe Bend National Military Park. nps.gov/Leary, Little River Canyon National Park. nps.gov/Ruka, Russell Cave National Monument. nps.gov/Twy, Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site. nps.gov/2en, Tuskegee Institute National Historic Site. Alaska. nps.gov/Ology, Alagnak Wild River. nps.gov/Aniak, Aniakchak National Monument. nps.gov/Bella, Nomalaska.org, Bering Land Bridge National Park. nps.gov/Cakr, Cape Krusenstern National Monument. nps.gov/Dina, Denali National Park. nps.gov/Gar, Gates of the Arctic National Park. nps.gov/Glba, Glacier Bay National Park. nps.gov/Kotem, Kotmaitland.com, Katmai National Park. nps.gov/Kefj, Kenai Fjords National Park. nps.gov/Klgo, Klondike Gold Rush National Historic Park. nps.gov/Kova, Kobuk Valley National Park. nps.gov/Lakel, Lake Clark National Park. nps.gov/Noati, Noatak National Park. nps.gov/Sitka, Sitka National Historic Park. nps.gov/WRST, Wrangell St. Elias National Park. nps.gov/Wyuk/Yukon-Charlie Rivers National Park. Unalaska.com, Aleutian War Historic Area. Arizona. nps.gov/Kakh, Canyon de Chelly National Monument. nps.gov/Kagar, Casa Grande Ruins. nps.gov/Chur, Chiricahua National Monument. nps.gov/Coro, Arizona. naguide.com/Sierra Vista, Coronado National Monument. nps.gov/Fabo, Fort Bowie National Historic Site. nps.gov/Glcia, Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. nps.gov/GRCA, Grand Canyon National Park. nps.gov/Huttar, Hubble Trading Post National Historic Site. nps.gov/Mocha, Montezuma Castle National Monument. nps.gov/Nava, Navajo National Monument. nps.gov/ORPI, Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument. nps.gov/PEFO, Petrified Forest National Park. nps.gov/Pima, Hohokam Pima National Monument. nps.gov/Pies P, Pipe Spring National Monument. nps.gov/Sagu, Saguaro National Park. nps.gov/SUCR, Sunset Crater Volcano National Monument. nps.gov/Taunt, Tonto National Monument. nps.gov/Tuma, Tumakakori National Historic Park. nps.gov/Tuzai, Tuzagut National Monument. nps.gov/Waka, Walnut Canyon National Monument. nps.gov/WUPA, Wupatki National Monument. Arkansas. nps.gov/Arpo, Arkansas Post National Monument. nps.gov/Buff, Buffalo National River. nps.gov/CE High, Central High School National Historic Site. nps.gov/FOSM, Fort Smith National Historic Site. nps.gov/HOSP, Hot Springs National Park. nps.gov/Perry, Pea Ridge National Military Park. California National Parks. nps.gov/Cabar, Cabrillo National Monument. nps.gov/Kais, Channel Islands National Park. nps.gov/Deva, Death Valley National Park. nps.gov/Depot, Devil's Post Pile National Monument. nps.gov/EUON, Eugene O'Neill National Historic Site. nps.gov/FAPO, Fort Point National Historic Site. nps.gov/Goga, Golden Gate National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Jomu, John Muir National Historic Site. nps.gov/Jatar, Joshua Tree National Park. nps.gov/Lavo, Lassen Volcanic National Park. parks.gov/Labe, Lave Beads National Monument. nps.gov/Mans, Manzanar National Historic Site. nps.gov/Emaja, Mojave National Park. nps.gov/Muwo, Muirwoods National Monument. nps.gov/Pin, Pinnacles National Monument. nps.gov/Por, Point Reyes National Seashore. nps.gov/Red W, Redwood National Park. nps.gov/Safar, San Francisco Maritime National Historic Park. nps.gov/Samo, Santa Monica National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Saki, Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. nps.gov/Wis, Whiskeytown National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Yosi, YosemitePark.com, Yosemite National Park. Colorado. nps.gov/Beol, Bent's Old Fort National Historic Site. nps.gov/Blca, Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. nps.gov/Calm, Colorado National Monument. nps.gov/Cure, Kya Akanti National Monument. nps.gov/Dino, Dinosaur National Monument. nps.gov/FLFO, Fluorescent Fossil Beds National Monument. nps.gov/GRSA, Great Sand Dunes National Park. nps.gov/Hove, Hovenweep National Monument. nps.gov/MEVE, Mesa Verde National Park. nps.gov/Romo, Grand Lake Chamber.com, Rockhamptontrav.com, Rocky Mountain National Park. nps.gov/UO, Yucca House National Monument. Connecticut. nps.gov/WIFA, Weir Farm National Historic Site. District of Columbia. nps.gov/Kaga, Constitution Gardens. nps.gov/Foth, Ford Theater National Historic Site. nps.gov/FDRM, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial. nps.gov/FRDO, Frederick Douglass National Historic Site. nps.gov/GWMP, Lyndon Baines Johnson Memorial Grove. nps.gov/KWVM, Korean War Memorial Veterans. nps.gov/Link, Lincoln Memorial. nps.gov/MAMC, Mary McLeod Bethune Council House National Historic Site. nps.gov/NACC, nationalparks.gov/NACE, National Capital Region. nps.gov/NAMA, National Mall. nps.gov/PAVI, Pennsylvania Avenue National Historic Site. nps.gov/POE, Potomac Heritage National Scenic Trail. nps.gov/ROCKR, Rock Creek Park. nps.gov/This, Theodore Roosevelt Island. nps.gov/THJE, Thomas Jefferson Memorial. nps.gov/Vive, Vietnam Veterans Memorial. nps.gov/WAMO, Washington Monument. nps.gov/WHO, whitehouse.gov. Florida. nps.gov/BICE, Big Cypress National Preserve. nps.gov/BISC, Biscayne National Park. nps.gov/Cana, Canaveral Seashore. nps.gov/Casa, Castillo de San Marcos National Monument. nps.gov/Deso, de Soto National Memorial. nps.gov/Drto, Dright Tortugas National Park. nps.gov/Ever, Everglades National Park. nps.gov/Focia, Fort Caroline National Memorial. nps.gov/Foma, Fort Matanzas National Monument. nps.gov/GUIS, Gulf Islands Seashore. nps.gov/Timu, Timucuan Ecological and Historical Preserve. Georgia. nps.gov/and, Andersonville National Historic Site. nps.gov/Chet, Chattahoochee River National Recreation Area. nps.gov/CHCH, Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park. nps.gov/CUIS, Cumberland Island National Seashore. nps.gov/FOFR, Fort Frederica National Monument. nps.gov/FOPU, Fort Pulaski National Monument. nps.gov/JICA, Jimmy Carter National Historic Site. nps.gov/Kimo, Kennesaw Mountain Battlefield Park. nps.gov/Malu, Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Site. nps.gov/OCMU, Okmulgee National Monument. Hawaii National Parks. nps.gov/Hale, Haleakala National Park. nps.gov/HAVO, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. nps.gov/Kala, Kalaupapa National Historic Park. nps.gov/Keho, Kaloko Honoko National Historic Park. nps.gov/Puho, Puuhanueo Honaunau National Historic Park. nps.gov/Puhi, Puukohola Heiau National Historic Site. nps.gov/USAR, USS Arizona Memorial. Idaho. nps.gov/Ciro, City of Rocks National River. nps.gov/CRMO, Craters of the Moon National Monument. nps.gov/HAFO, Hagerman Fossil Beds National Monument. nps.gov/NEPI, Nez Perce National Historic Park. Illinois. nps.gov/LIHO, Lincoln Home National Historic Site. Indiana. nps.gov/Gero, George Rogers Clark National Historic Park. nps.gov/Indu, Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore. nps.gov/Lebo, Lincoln Boyhood National Monument. Iowa. nps.gov/FMO, Effigy Mounds National Monument. nps.gov/Hiho, Herbert Hoover National Historic Site. Kansas. nps.gov/BRVB, Brown vs. Board of Education National Historic Site. nps.gov/Foles, Fort Larned National Historic Site. nps.gov/FOSC, Fort Scott National Historic Site. nps.gov/Nico, Nicodemus National Historic Site. nps.gov/Tapar, Tallgrass Prairie National Park. Kentucky. nps.gov/ABLI, Abraham Lincoln Birthplace National Historic Site. nps.gov/CUGA, Cumberland Gap National Historic Park. nps.gov/Maca, CaveSandLakes.com, Mammoth Cave National Park. Louisiana. nps.gov/Carey, Cane River Creole National Historic Park. nps.gov/Gela, Jean Lafitte National Historic Park. nps.gov/NEOR, New Orleans Jazz National Historic Park, gnofn.org/chamber. nps.gov/Popo, crt.state.la.us, Poverty Point National Monument. Maine. fdr.net, Roosevelt Park. nps.gov/Academic, Acadia National Park. nps.gov/Sacar, St. Croix Island International Historic Site. Maryland. nps.gov/anti-Antietam National Battlefield. nps.gov/ASIS, Assateague Island National Seashore. nps.gov/Cato, Katokdean Mountain Park. nps.gov/Choage, Chesapeake and Ohio Canal National Historic Park. nps.gov/Clbia, Clara Barton National Historic Site. nps.gov/FOMC, Foote McHenry National Monument. nps.gov/FOA, Fort Washington Park. nps.gov/GRE, Greenbelt Park. nps.gov/HAMP, Hampton National Historic Site. nps.gov/Mono, Monocacy National Battlefield. nps.gov/PIC, Piscataway Park. nps.gov/THST, Thomas Stone National Historic Site. Massachusetts National Parks. EssexHeritage.org. nps.gov/Adam, Adams National Historic Park. nps.gov/BOA F, Boston African American National Historic Site. nps.gov/BOA, Boston Harbor Islands National Recreation Area, bostonieslands.org. nps.gov/BOST, Boston National Historic Park. nps.gov/CACO, Cape Cod National Seashore. nps.gov/FRLA, Frederick Law Olmsted National Historic Site. nps.gov/Joe John F. Kennedy National Historic Site. nps.gov/Long, Longfellow National Historic Site. nps.gov/Low, Lowell National Historic Park. nps.gov/Mima, Minuteman National Historic Park. nps.gov/Northeast by East, New Bedford Whaling Historic Park, ci.newbedford.ma.us, nationalbattlefieldchamber.com. nps.gov/Sama, Salem Maritime National Historic Site. nps.gov/SIR, Saugus Iron Works National Historic Site. nps.gov/SPAR, Springfield Armory National Historic Site. Michigan. nps.gov/ISRO, Isle Royale National Park. nps.gov/QE, Keweenaw National Historic Park. nps.gov/Piro, Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. nps.gov/SLBE, Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. Minnesota. nps.gov/GRPO, Grand Portage National Monument. nps.gov/Miss, Mississippi National River and Recreation Area. nps.gov/Pipe, Pipestone National Monument, pipestone.mn.us. nps.gov/Voya, Voyagers National Park. Mississippi. nps.gov/BRCR, Bryce's Crossroads National Battlefield Site. nps.gov/NatC, Natchez National Historic Park. nps.gov/Nat, Natchez Trace National Scenic Trail. nps.gov/Natar, Natchez Trace Parkway. nps.gov/Tupi, Tupelo National Battlefield. nps.gov/Vic, Vicksburg National Military Park. Missouri. nps.gov/GWC, George Washington Carver National Monument. nps.gov/Jeff, Jefferson National Expansion Memorial. nps.gov/Ozark, Ozark National Scenic Riverway. nps.gov/ULSG, Ulysses S. Grant National Historic Site. nps.gov/WICR, Wilson's Creek National Battlefield. Montana. nps.gov/BIHO, Big Hole National Battlefield. nps.gov/Bicka, Bighorn Canyon National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Glossy, Glacier National Park. nps.gov/GRKO, Grant Coors Ranch National Historic Site. nps.gov/Libby, Little Bighorn Battlefield National Monument. Nebraska. nps.gov/AGFO, Agate Fossil Beds National Monument. nps.gov/home, Homestead National Monument, nps.gov/lecl, Lewis and Clark National Historic Trail, nps.gov/mnrr, Missouri National Recreation River, nps.gov/NINR, Niobrara National Scenic River, nps.gov/scbl, Scotts Bluff National Monument, Nevada, nps.gov/GRBA, Great Basin National Park, nps.gov/Lame, Lake Mead National Recreation Area, New Hampshire, nps.gov/Saga, St. Gaudens National Historic Site, New Jersey, nps.gov/Adis, Edison National Historic Site, nps.gov/Greg, Great Egg Harbor National Scenic and Recreational River, nps.gov/Moore, Morristown National Historic Park, nps.gov/NAE, New Jersey Coastal Heritage Trail, New Mexico, nps.gov/AZRU, Aztec Ruins National Monument, nps.gov/Band, Bandelier National Monument, nps.gov/Cavo, Capelin Volcano National Monument, nps.gov/Cave, Carlsbad Caverns National Park, nps.gov/CHCU, Chaco Culture National Historic Park, nps.gov/Elma, El Malpais National Monument, nps.gov, El Morro National Monument, nps.gov/Fuen, Fort Union National Monument, Las Vegas, New Mexico.com, nps.gov/GICL, Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument, nps.gov/Pico, Pecos National Historic Park, nps.gov/Petar, Petroglyphs National Monument, nps.gov, Salinas Pueblos Mission National Monument, nps.gov/WHSA, White Sands National Monument, Alamogordo.com, New York, HudsonGreenway.state.ny.us, nps.gov/CACL, Castle Clinton National Monument, nps.gov/Elro, Eleanor Roosevelt National Historic Site, nps.gov/FAHA, Federal Hall National Memorial, nps.gov/FIIS, Fire Island National Seashore, nps.gov/FOST, Fort Stanwix National Monument, nps.gov/Gate, Gateway National Recreation Area, nps.gov/GEGR, General Grant National Monument, nps.gov/Hagar, Hamilton Grange National Memorial, nps.gov/Hafar, Franklin D. Roosevelt National Historic Site, nps.gov/Mava, Martin Van Buren National Historic Site, nps.gov/Esahi, Sagamore Hill National Historic Site, islandmetro.com, lickvb.com, nps.gov/Sapa, St. Paul's Church National Historic Site, nps.gov/Sarah, Saratoga National Historic Park, nps.gov/STLI, Statue of Liberty National Monument, nps.gov/THRB, Theodore Roosevelt National Historic Site, nps.gov/THRI, Theodore Roosevelt Inaugural National Historic Site, nps.gov/VAMA, Vanderbilt Mansion National Historic Site, nps.gov/WARI, Women's Rights National Historic Park, SenecaChamber.org, North Carolina, nps.gov/BLRI, Blue Ridge Parkway, nps.gov/CAH, Cape Hatteras National Seashore, nps.gov/Calo, Cape Lookout National Seashore, nps.gov/Carl, Carl Sandburg Home National Historic Site, nps.gov/FORA, Fort Raleigh National Historic Site, nps.gov/GUCO, Guilford Courthouse National Military Park, nps.gov/Makar, Moores Creek National Battlefield, nps.gov/WRBR, Wright Brothers National Monument, North Dakota. nps.gov/FUS, Fort Union Trading Post National Historic Site. nps.gov/KNRI, Knife River Indian Villages National Historic Site. nps.gov/through, Theodore Roosevelt National Park, Ohio. nps.gov/Cuva, Cuyahoga National Park. nps.gov/DAV, Dayton Aviation Heritage National Historic Park. nps.gov/Jaga, James A. Garfield National Historic Site. nps.gov/PEVI, Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial. nps.gov/WIHO, Howard Taft National Historic Site, Oklahoma. oklahoman.net/connections/memorial, Oklahoma City National Memorial after the bombing of the FBI building in 1995. nps.gov/Sheik, Chickasaw National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Waba, Washita Battlefield National Historic Site, Oregon. nps.gov/Crella, Crater Lake National Park. nps.gov/FOCL, Fort Clatsop National Monument. nps.gov/Joda, John Day Fossil Beds National Monument. nps.gov/Orca, Oregon Caves National Monument, Pennsylvania. nps.gov/Alpo, Allegheny Portage Railroad National Historic Site, AlleghenyMountains.com, 800-842-5866, visit johnstonpa.com, 800-237-8590. nps.gov/Dua, Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Edall, Edgar Allan Poe National Historic Site. nps.gov/EISE, Eisenhower National Historic Site. nps.gov/Phone, Fort Necessity National Battlefield. nps.gov/Efree, Friendship Hill National Historic Site. nps.gov/Get, Gettysburg National Military Park, gettysburg.com. nps.gov/Hoffu, Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site. nps.gov/Ind, Independence National Historic Park. nps.gov/Joe FL, Johnstown Flood National Monument. nps.gov/Dua, Middle Delaware National Scenic River. nps.gov/Ste, Steamtown National Historic Site. nps.gov/Thanco, Thaddeus Kosciuszko National Memorial. nps.gov/UPDE, Upper Delaware Scenic and Recreational River. nps.gov/VAFO, Valley Forge National Historic Park, Rhode Island. nps.gov/Black, Blackstone River Valley National Heritage Corridor. nps.gov/Roi, Roger Williams National Memorial. TuroSynagogue.org, Turo Synagogue National Historic Site, South Carolina. HistoricCamden.org. nps.gov/CHPI, Charles Pinckney National Historic Site. nps.gov/COSW, Congaree Swamp National Monument. nps.gov/Cowpea, Cowpens National Battlefield. nps.gov/FOMO, Fort Moultrie National Monument. nps.gov/FOSU, Fort Sumter National Monument. nps.gov/Chemo, Kings Mountain National Military Park. nps.gov/NICE 96 National Historic Site, South Dakota. nps.gov/Badell, Badlands National Park. nps.gov/JECA, Jewel Cave National Monument. nps.gov/Mimi, Minuteman Missile National Historic Site. nps.gov/Moru, Mount Rushmore National Monument. nps.gov/WICA, Wind Cave National Park, Tennessee. nps.gov/Anja, Andrew Jackson National Historic Site. nps.gov/Bissau, Big South Fork National River and Recreation Area. nps.gov/Foto, Foot Donaldson National Battlefield. nps.gov/GRSM, Great Smoky Mountains National Park. nps.gov/Obid, Obid Wild and Scenic River. nps.gov/Shiel, Shiloh National Military Park. nps.gov/Stree, Stones River National Battlefield, Texas. nps.gov/Alfell, Alibates Flint Quarries National Monument. nps.gov/Amos, Amistad National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Bibby, Big Bend National Park. nps.gov/Bith, Big Thicket National Preserve. nps.gov/Cham, Chamizal National Memorial. nps.gov/Fota, Fort Davis National Historic Site. nps.gov/Gummo, Guadalupe Mountains National Park. nps.gov/LAMR, Lake Meredith National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Lejo, Lyndon B. Johnson National Historic Park. nps.gov/PAL, Palo Alto Battlefield National Historic Site. nps.gov/Pays, Padre Island National Seashore. nps.gov/Rigar, Rio Grande Wild and Scenic River. nps.gov/San, San Antonio Missions National Historic Park, Utah. nps.gov/Arch, Arches National Park. nps.gov/BRCA, Bryce Canyon National Park. nps.gov/Caney, Canyonlands National Park. nps.gov/Care, Capitol Reef National Park, capitalreef.org. nps.gov/CEBR, Cedar Breaks National Monument. nps.gov/GLCA, Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. nps.gov/GOES-P, Golden Spike National Historic Site. nps.gov/NABAR, Natural Bridges National Monument. nps.gov/RABAR, Rainbow Bridge National Monument. nps.gov/Tika, Timpanogos Cave National Monument. nps.gov/Zion, Zion National Park, Vermont. nps.gov/Mabai, Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historic Park, Virginia. nps.gov/APCO, Appomattox Courthouse National Historic Park. nps.gov/Arho, Arlington House, the Robert E. Lee National Memorial. nps.gov/Boa, Booker T. Washington National Monument. nps.gov/Colorado, Colonial National Historic Park. nps.gov/FRSB, Fredericksburg and Spotsylvania County Battlefields National Military Park. nps.gov/Geava, George Washington Birthplace National Monument. nps.gov/GWMP, George Washington Memorial Parkway. nps.gov/Mal W, Maggie L. Walker National Historic Site. nps.gov/Mana, Manassas National Battlefield. nps.gov/Pete, Petersburg National Battlefield. nps.gov/PRWI, Prince William Forest Park. nps.gov/Rich, Richmond National Battlefield Park. nps.gov/Shen, visit Shenandoah.com, Shenandoah National Park. nps.gov/Watar, Wolf Trap Performing Arts Center, wolftrap.org, Washington. nps.gov/Ebla, Ebby's Landing National Historic Reserve. nps.gov/Fova, Fort Vancouver National Historic Site. nps.gov/Laro, Lake Roosevelt National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Mora, Mount Rainier National Park. nps.gov/Enosia, North Cascades National Park, also the Lake Chelan National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Olimo, Olympic National Park, yni.org/opi, northolympic.com, visit kalaloch.com, olympicpeninsula.com. nps.gov/Rolla, Ross Lake National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Sajh, San Juan Island National Historic Park. nps.gov/WHMI, Whitman Mission National Historic Site, West Virginia. nps.gov/Blue, Bluestone National Scenic River. nps.gov/Gari, Gowli River National Recreation Area. nps.gov/Hafi, Harpers Ferry National Historic Park. nps.gov/Neri, New River Gorge National River. coalheritage.org, Wisconsin. nps.gov/Apis, Apostle Islands National Lakeshore. nps.gov/Saken, St. Croix National Scenic Riverway, Wyoming. nps.gov/Deto, Devil's Tower National Monument. nps.gov/Fola, Foot Laramie National Historic Site. nps.gov/Fabu, Fossil Butte National Monument. nps.gov/GRTE, Grand Teton National Park. nps.gov/JODR, John D. Rockefeller Jr. Memorial Parkway. nps.gov/Yell, Yellowstone National Park, American Samoa. nps.gov/NPSA, National Park, Guam. ghra.org.gu, Hotels and Restaurants. nps.gov/WAPA, War in the Pacific National Historic Park, Puerto Rico. nps.gov/Esaju, San Juan National Historic Site, U.S. Virgin Islands. nps.gov/Biz, Buck Island Reef National Monument. nps.gov/Cree, Christiansted National Historic Site. nps.gov/Sari, Salt River Bay National Historic Park. nps.gov/Salt River Bay National Historic Site. nps.gov/Sari, Salt River Bay National Historic Site. nps.gov/Sari, Salt River Bay National Historic Site. nps.gov/Sari, Salt River Bay National Historic Park, nps.gov/Sari, Salt River Bay National Historic Park. nps.gov/Sari, Salt River Bay National Historic Park. nps.gov/Virgin Islands National Park.